Oh, nice. Hey guys, come here, check this out. I'm getting some miners from Miner Bros. I bet you didn't know this. With Miner Bros, what you see is what you get. The cost of the item is shipping cost to your door, unlike the other guys which nail you at the checkout. So what are you waiting for? Get your ASICs today. Link is in the description, and code RABID will grant $50 off every individual item. What's going on, everyone? Welcome, Rabid here, and today I got probably the most popular home mini ASIC miner. Now, it's not this version is most popular. Maybe this one will turn into the most popular, but I mean the algorithm that it mines, and that is script. So I'm pretty sure most of you know what is here. So let's just open up this box, kind of get this out of the way. And here you can see the one and only MINI DOGE 2. So in this video, we're going to go through everything you need to know about this little miner. 1, how to set this thing up. 2, low power mode versus high power mode, which is also known as hash rate mode. And look at the power consumption between the two, as well as their average hash rate over a day of mining on each mode, just to see how well this thing does perform. Now, before we do that though, I want to give a special shout out to Crypto Miner Bros for actually sending this out to me. And a funny story, there was a big mishap going on at shipping, and it looks like they didn't send me 1, but 2 additional for a total of 3. So yes, I hooked them all up because, you know, we're not messing around here. And I actually tested some pools, which will come out in a different video because I had the exact same amount of ASICs to test multiple pools at the same time. So I also did that, but it does sound like there's a UPS hotshot on his way to pick him up. So when he gets here, then I'm gonna box them back up and send them on their way. So that sucks. I do have to send 2 of these back due to a mishap. I wonder what's gonna happen. I did pay shipping import fees for these, so I'm wondering if I'm gonna get that back or not. Regardless, thank you very much, Miner Bros, for letting me check out this miner. Now let's see what it all has to offer. So here we do have the MINI DOGE 2, and just like all the other brand new 2nd generation of these models, they all look exactly the same, minus the fact the Doge miner has Goldie walking the robot Doge. So that's actually kind of cool right there. So as I mentioned earlier, this does have 2 hash rate modes. So it does sound like on hash rate mode, it should do about 420 mega hash at 400 watts. And in low power mode, that should be around 335 mega hash at about 260 watts. Putting this thing far more efficient than the previous generations of the MINI DOGE and MINI DOGE Pro. So let's begin with the setup process, and it is a very simple process indeed. So this one did not come with a power supply, so I am using this 750 watt HP server power supply with this breakout board and 2 16 gauge wires, 6 pin to 6 pin, to power this unit. I highly recommend do not use ATX PSUs for any of these mini ASIC miners. You will 99.9% melt your cables. Once you get everything plugged in, the 2 6 pins and the single Ethernet cable, you are good to go. All you got to do is turn on the power now. There is no Wi-Fi or anything on these current devices. I'm going to come over here. We're going to hit the power button. There we go. We got fan spinach here. It's going to take a couple seconds. It'll take a minute to reboot, and then you'll begin to see your fans kind of start. There we go. We got some blue lights. If you start getting a red light or something, that means you may have a bad Ethernet cable or it's not receiving anything to the network. So I did notice that previously in the past and found out I had a bad port on one of my routers, so I just had to swap that out. So that's what a red light means, but blue is good to go. It's kind of ramping up. Let's just jump into the dashboard now and point this thing at a pool. So the first step we do want to do here is go to find.goldshell.com. Once you do that, that kind of scans your router, your internet connections here, and dictates what Goldshell miners you do have. Here we have the latest one 2 minutes ago, just uptime. It is detected to our network. We're going to click on this little symbol, which is the settings. Once we click on that, it will bring us into the port, and you can see now we're seeing nothing but Chinese writing. Personally, I can't read this, and I'm assuming maybe most of you can't either. So you simply come to the right corner here, top right, click on that, and swap this over to English. Now we can see what's going on. And moving on to the next step, we're going to come to the left-hand side of our dashboard and click on miner. This will bring us to all the settings. We can see hash rate mode, low power mode, and the pool. This is defaulted to whatever testing thing they were using, and it will immediately start mining to this if everything's good to go. It doesn't look like it's engaging, so, maybe this wasn't a legit thing. Regardless, it don't matter. We're going to have to unlock this before we do any types of settings. So top right corner here is the unlock button. We click on that. That'll bring us into here. Username and min, default username and password. It tells you right there, 1 through 9. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. You're going to want to unlock that. Eventually, later on, you're going to want to change that password by going into your system, and then you can simply change the passwords right here. So we're going to go back in the miner now. We're going to remove this pool because we don't want it. It's broken anyway, and continue on. So hash rate mode, low power mode. We're just going to go on hash rate mode here. Test that. Let it run for 24 hours. We're going to go low power mode. We're going to let that run for over 24 hours. Check out our power consumptions and everything from there. But first, we're going to need to set up this pool to where we want to mine. So we simply click that add button here, and now we're going to need our URL. So we got to find a pool to mine to in the first place. All right, so for the setup process, I'm going to point to unmineable because I find if you do want Dogecoin, this may be, and I think it is, the most profitable pool to use. Now, I did test these pools out. That video will be coming later on, but it looks like unmineable for Dogecoin did beat out pro hashing, and pro hashing did beat out Litecoin pool. Now, I was a strong person for Litecoin pool. I hate F2 pool. I feel they're taken away from everybody on every coin, so I don't even touch them anymore. But on past tests, I did find that Litecoin pool was the most profitable in my L3 Plus over pro hashing and others, but now pro hashing seems to be ahead of that, and unmineable seems to be ahead of even pro hashing slightly. So I'm going to be pointing towards unmineable here. So simply use script.unmineable.com. We're going to click on that. I do have a referral code for this for Doge mining. If you guys want to use it, it will drop your pool percentages down a bit more, and that might also be why this did win. Regardless, who knows? It's all a different situation, but we're going to come into here. We need the URL. Click on this, paste that in, and then we're going to use port 3333. Always double check to make sure it's legit though. We're going to come back and you can see the TCP port is 333. Now, a lot of people like to use SSL. Personally, I always just use TCP. I don't know why. I just do. Everything works fine, flawless. I've never been hacked yet. Keyword hacked, but I'm using the TCP port. So now we have all that in here. Now, next we need our miner address. So this is where we're going to put Doge, your address, your worker name, followed by my actual referral code so that you guys do get that discount. And, I do get a slight amount as well, and it helps out the channel greatly, but it does help you out more than it helps me. Now, there's a couple ways you can do this. I like to simply copy this whole command prompt like this, hit copy, and bring that into my actual Doge miner. We're going to go to miner name right here. I'm going to paste it in like so. Now, I want to find my address. We need this Doge to be here because that's the coin we're mining. So we're also going to need our Doge address. So I'm simply going to come into where I have all my addresses. I'm going to find my Doge coin for my ledger, which is right here. So here's my Doge ledger address. I'm going to copy this, close that out, just replace it with this one. Paste that in there. Now we're going to need my worker name. This is where I'm going to have to adjust this. I'm going to go, let's go Doge 22. I'm going Doge 22. You can put whatever worker name you want. I'm just going Doge 22 because I do have a different Dogecoin worker currently on the pool, and it's just called Doge 2 or Mini Doge 2 or something. Regardless, I'm putting Doge 2 too because those other ones will be gone soon. That password, you don't really need a password in this case, but we all are going to have to add that referral code. So we're going to need a hashtag right here and then copy in my referral code. Pretty simple. It's down in the description as well as links to purchase this miner if you are looking for the most popular algorithm miner right there. So now I have my referral in there. I'm simply going to hit the apply button. Once that's done, we got to wait a few minutes, make sure that we do see this thing turn green. If it doesn't turn green, then that means it's not going to begin mining and you mess something up. As we can see, it just turned green. We're good to go. Now we got to wait a little bit to be detected at the pool. So about 5 minutes went by. We can actually see right here. So at like 1833 to about 1837. So is that just over 4 minutes? So just under around 5 minutes. We are now detected at the pool, and you can check your hash rate here within the dashboard. Looks like we have a temperature of 78.8, 420 mega hash average so far in here. We don't have much for an average yet because this thing just went online. And then we can come in, we can see we are detected at the pool now, and it's going to take a while for your hash rate to kind of ramp up over time. You can see the other one is here, the Mini Doge 2, and then this is the one we just set up, the Doge 22. So we are detected at the pool, and we are now mining Dogecoin and getting paid out in Dogecoin. Now, Unmineable does actually do merge mining, which is LTC plus Dogecoin, and it pays you out in whatever you do want to get paid out in. There's a various amount of coins that you can get paid out in with Unmineable. So it has been over 24 hours of mining on the Mini Doge 2. And at the wall on hash rate mode, our power is about 396 watts. That's not too bad. We are also using the server power supply. Now, I don't know how much this uses. Before I even plugged anything in, this was about 7 to 8 watts with the breakout board cables and the power supply and everything turned on. So here we are at the wall though. Again, that is a total of 396 watts, which is underneath that 400 watts that it is supposed to be using in hash rate mode. All right, so let's just have a look at how loud this miner truly is. And I'm going to shut up for a minute here. So you can see about 61 decibels right beside the fan and the box. Now if we bring it back here a little bit, I'll just be quiet again. You can see that it's actually a lot quieter. There we go, about 55 decibels. It's not that loud. I don't know if you guys can even really hear anything at all or not, but you can't really hear this, just like all the other second version of these box miners. There's no fans ramping up. It's a nice constant type of fan noise, and you don't really have to worry about it. And it's obviously a lot quieter than just me standard talking. So that gives you an idea. It's nice for your homes, your apartments, and so on like that. So as I mentioned before, I did have a couple testing pools and everything. And here is the average 24 hours on hash rate mode at Litecoin pool. And we can see this thing was doing 424 mega hash, which is over its 420 that it's reported to do. Now let's have a look at low power mode. Here we have low power mode, and after 24 hours, we are at 341.4 mega hash, which again is above that 335 or so that we are supposed to get. So this miner is well within the numbers that we're expecting to get out of this miner. All right, guys, so it has been over a day on low power mode, and we can see we're about 259 watts at the wall. All right, so just looking at the current hash rates on the network as well as the price, and we are in a dip today. We are still profitable in at least low power mode. Here we can see 335 mega hash on merge mining here is making 77 cents per day, and at my power, 11 cents per kilowatt hour is 68 cents per hour. So we are making more than the power that it draws in low power mode. Let's just have a quick look at hash rate mode here. 420 mega hash on both chains at the same time merge mining. does put us at 97 cents per day, almost 98, but it does take $1.05 in power. So hash rate mode is not profitable. Low power mode is profitable. And that's kind of like what we see going on even with the other versions of these miners for the other coins. Is low power mode is more efficient than the previous generations, and they are currently profitable, where hash rate mode isn't. And if you have cheaper power, obviously it differs and you probably are profitable at that point. But it is looking like low power mode is profitable, and the Mini Doge Pro and the first Mini Doge are not profitable for me at my power price of 11 cents. So we do see a little bit of green here. And obviously, once the markets start pumping again, 2024, 2025, these miners are probably going to be worth about 4 times the price, and they will be profitable in that type of market. All right, guys, so there we have it, the Mini Doge 2. What do you guys think about this miner? If you are looking to pick this thing up, be sure to hit those links down in the description below, as well as that referral code if you plan on mining Doge at Unminable. Regardless, I think this thing is okay, and moving into the next bull run, we will see some profitability on this again, and we still don't know if any new hardware will drop between now and 2025. There most likely will be, but we'll see what happens. Anyway, guys, thank you for checking out this video. If there's something I missed and you wanted to see, just let me know and I can definitely do all the updates. I am here for you guys to bring you all the latest up-to-date information. Thank you for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Rabid out.